I'm Tramell Isaac, Senior Art Director for Planetside 2. We're here at SOE Live talking about the new maps that we're putting out, Nexus and Nexus is Battle Island, and Hassan, which is our new continent.
So talk about a little bit more in depth about these new battle islands you're showing off today.
Well, we got one battle island. It's going to be one of 3 that will be coming out in the near future. Nexus is the first. It's more of a kind of tundra, mountainous, snow mountain kind of look and feel. It's got a lot of caverns. It's got a lot of narrow passages. It's built to start to work our way toward that continent locking and all that stuff. It's also used as be utilized in our MLG maps as one of our MLG maps. So it's just more just that meta game that everybody's been looking for. That's what the Nexus is going to provide for us. Hassan is the next actual large scale map. That's 8K by 8K map. It's a swamp map. It's going to provide a different look and feel. It's going to be very claustrophobic, very, very tight. Matches more for infantry and armor, not so much for the air, but it's going to have some areas where air can actually provide some cover and things like that. But for the most part, it's lots of trees, lots of things to dip and dive under. It's going to be a different experience from all the other maps that we've had out.
What are some of the challenges, because these are new environments we haven't seen in Planetside 2 yet, the really extreme environments, what are some of the challenges in designing those environments?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, we need to make sure that they have a purpose. And one of the things that we want to do every time out is give you a completely different look on every map that we create. So Hassan is a good example of us kind of departing from what we currently have and giving the player something completely new. It also gives us a completely different play style. Hopefully we'll reap the benefits of what we actually want how people to play on their map. But of course, players are going to prove us differently once they get on a test server and start playing in Hassan and start to give us the look and feel of what we're actually going to be expecting once it goes live. So the bottom line is just trying to make sure that we provide a really, really rich experience every time that we go out. The Nexus does the same thing. It's a 1v1 map, more like you get one empire on one side and the other empire on the next side. It's not a 3-way battle, so it's a completely different play experience than you had in Planetside prior. So I think these 2 maps are going to basically be off on their own as far as like when people compare them to one another, you'll have completely different experiences on both.
Yeah, I was noticing in the presentation they were a lot smaller, a lot more compact, a lot more tight, and you said that adds more compatibility to the player, so it's more intense.
Well, actually, Nexus is very small. Hassan is actually a full-scale map. What we showed today was a small portion of Hassan because we're still working on it, so it's a work in progress, and that's more the reason why it's on a test server and not live right now. So we basically cordoned off a lot of the outside area of Hassan, so that people can play in the areas that we've got to the point where we think that it needs to be looked at. And it goes along with everything that we've been trying to do from the get-go with Planetside. Get people in there early, start making changes, and then make adjustments from there. So Hassan is just more of the same of us trying to get it to the players as fast as possible so that we can make adjustments based on their feedback.
And how have you made adjustments based on fan feedback for these smaller battle islands?
Well, basically, we need to start with what the purpose for the Battle Island was. It was more of a kind of a bridge between the 2 larger maps, so that we can start making that continental, skip between continents and the territory conquest that we had in the original Planetside. So that was one of the main things that we had to achieve on that one. Because we haven't had any testing time on Nexus, we have yet to understand if that's exactly what's going to happen. So when that comes up on test server, then we'll actually get some data on it. Hassan just came on test server yesterday, so we haven't collected anything on it just yet. But as time goes on, we'll start making adjustments to pathways and how the map flows, how things look, if there's any bottlenecks or if there are any certain areas where people congregate and the frame rate goes down. We need to make adjustments to the terrain or the types of things that we have on the terrain or lines of sight, so that we can have a play experience that's completely consistent across the whole map.
And when will players be able to get their hands on these new battle islands?
It'll be later this year for sure, and it's definitely going to debut with one of the MLG matches, which we have slated for later this year. No exact date just yet, but Nexus will be somewhere at the later part of 2013, and you can play Hassan right now on the test server.